So what's up, people? It's Papa Bale. Welcome to the channel. I was just experimenting with a coil design for let's see here. Right here, this. Right there. See, in each one of these sections is actually 6 triangle bobbins like this with made of infused PLA with 32 gauge. So you get, what I'm trying to do is make 6 coils with 14 ohms of 32 gauge. Because I made this coil right here. It's 14 ohms of 20 gauge, but you have to run it with a signal generator, and that's kind of what I wanted to do from the start. So there's no, it's a single file coil. All right, so this coil is a 20 gauge, 1500 turns, iron infused PLA, and that hole in the middle that I used so that I could use my machine to wrap it. It's wrapped counterclockwise. I got a soft iron core that'll go right down the middle of this thing, like perfectly. Well, actually, we'll see if it's perfect or not. It should be. Yeah. All right. So now, let's turn this on. We got our little blue LED. I'm going to turn on the power, and I'm still running the power through another motor. So I'll turn it up to like 9 something. We'll get that going. And then it goes from the transistor on the far end to this one right here on the table. That's 1 hertz. Awesome, right? All I got to do is turn it on 1 hertz. There it is. 2. See, that soft iron core helped out a lot. It helped out a lot. And since it's not with kinetic energy and I'm not worrying about it getting bogged down or anything, this is pretty cool. We got our meter up here with how many volts we're capturing. This coil is the one that's hooked up to the meter. And this is the one with the power going through it. And they are not connected. Wow, that is really bright. Wow. So we're at 7 hertz, 8, 9, 10. The voltage will keep going up and the brightness of the light will keep going up. And since more hertz means more speed, the flashing will eventually stop too. But I'm trying to find like the perfect frequency, because we're gonna, this is what this is going to be making. So this coil right here is the one that's right here. And now I'm going to make 6 coils of 32 gauge that equal 14 ohms a piece. And then I'm going to link them in series. And I'm going to put them right on the end of this coil. So since it's polar, like the strongest emanates from the ends here. When you get right in the middle, there's like no power whatsoever. Like here, look, see? Look at the light now. There's nothing there. You move it to the end here, and you might just put it right behind it or right next to it on the end, and you got lots of power. So that's where we're going to end up putting our array at the end of the coil. Everything's going to be forced by diode to go in a counterclockwise direction. This would be pretty archaic Bitcoin mining. But hell yeah, man. I do have a miner in the other room. I mean, if you're curious, I do have a miner hooked up in the other room. That is great. That is phenomenal light. And I was worried that it wasn't going to work because, I thought it would pulse through that coil, through this transistor, but it won't. You have to pulse this transistor separately, either through, a jump like this or a trigger coil. It's got to have some sort of, to open up the gate there. So I'm like, easy fix. I got a signal generator. So at about 40 hertz, see, that's solid. No, that's pretty solid. Heck yeah, man. I don't know, man. Right. Okay, so the higher the frequency, the higher the voltage. Like if I unplug this light, try not to get zapped, we get a lot more voltage. We're at like 10 volts right now. So I'm looking for like, I want to say like 23. That does not look like it's going to give me 23. So plug the light back in. Oh man. So I thought that was pretty cool to see, like per hertz, the difference in the flicker here. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's sweet. Now I just got since this one's wound counterclockwise, and let's see, this is the starting end. From left to right, it went one layer, and then to go back, it was only 2 turns. And then another layer, and to go back was only 2 turns. So we have a rather strong north and south in this coil. It's not like if we were to do, I don't know if that's a good example because let's see if we can get a reading on the scope here. Kinda. I mean, let's go straight to the 100 hertz. There we go. That's weird. There's like no power in that. But there's enough to light that light up for sure. But about 120 peak spikes at 13 volts in. All right. So wow. There we go. Heck yeah, the frequency. Um, but and also, I mean, the light is being generated by the field, magnetic field. So, but like if the frequency is too high, it'll get really, really dim. Like there's 55, it's bright. 100. I'm thinking 35. That's 35 right there. We got barely any flicker. Let's go up one. 36. And I think that's going to be optimal brightness too. Say 40. Between 36 and 40 hertz. I wonder why it wants to settle that low. I mean, it is okay. I'm not worried about it. I'm just trying to make the energy go around in a loop, kind of. And then every time it hits a section, it's going to light an LED up. So we get to watch it go around. You're going to get each one of these coils is going to mirror the ohms of the big coil. But we're going to have 6 of these coils on the end of this coil. Like this, just right here on the end, there's going to be 6 different coils of 14 ohms of 32 gauge. They're going to be linked in series. You would think I was going parallel with that, but I think we're going to go series with it. As long as it's 14 ohms a coil, I'm pretty okay with that. So all these little arrays at the end of the coils are made up of these triangle bobbins, and they each have 32 gauge, 14 ohms worth of 32 gauge. And what we're trying to do, I mean, we can start off with the power source, but we're eventually going to try and take the power source out of the equation and have that EM field, and then have the 6 coils of pickup and make the energy go around. That's what we're going to try and do. Now, I was talking briefly last night about it, and a few ideas got thrown around. If you have the proper capacitors and diodes, there's no need for timing because it'll time itself. But timing options are, and let's see, I got a signal generator here. Timing options are available. We need them. I don't know about that, Mohammed, but good luck. This is totally within the realm of doable stuff. I mean, this coil creates an EM field. We all are aware of this, I hope. If not, the current and voltage pulsing through this coil create a field which pulses outwards and then collapse inward and pulses outward. And the differentiation is picked up by this coil. So, I mean, you can't have that collapse go on and not have it be tremendously violent, easy to pick up. You know what I'm saying? So you put a coil of thinner gauge wire or wire that's capable of collecting, picking up in the field. You don't have to connect anything or, do anything. So we'll put the coils in the field and then we'll put a diode. We'll link them in series and we'll put a diode to the next coil and then through the light. So it's got to be able to power a light. It's got to be able to fire off the next coil. I'm talking about the energy that we generate from one pulse from our pickup coils. So that energy, whew, yeah, that energy's got to be enough. And this is where the math comes in. It's got to be enough to power your light, fire off the next coil. It has to be able to do that. If it can't do that, you got to rework it till it can do that. I'm going to start off by syncing the ohms. I'm going to start off by syncing the resistance in the generator coil and the pickup coils. There's 14 ohms in this coil. So they got to have 14 ohms in each one of these coils. And you're thinking maybe that, you got the ohms and you're doing series with 6 of them. So you would divide by 6, right? No, we want 6 coils with 14 ohms apiece. What's up, Mike? I am not afraid. So it's pretty solid at 45 hertz. Wow, that's bright. That is bright. Holy smoke. Doesn't look bright from the side, but it's bright. So what I'm going to do just to see, I'm going to take this core out. It's going to diminish a little bit, but I'm going to put another coil on this side. We're going to see that there's any difference in the polarity energies. Right, so like that, basically you got one pickup on this side, one pickup on this side. You should get no problem lighting up a light there. Let me see. I might have another. I do. Sweet. Bada boom. All right. Shouldn't take too long. Man, I've been hacking my brains out. Something's not right. Mm. That was close. All right. You know, I think I'm just going to hook the multimeter, the old one, directly to this. There's not going to be an oscilloscope, but there'll be, wow, what a tangle. All right, I hope. Just look at that real quick. All right. Lots of coffee today, just to warm the throat. Should have done tea. That would have been a way better idea. All right. Let's zero this out and turn it on. Wow, nothing's happening. Hmm. Maybe it doesn't like being double pulled like that. I'm just going to see if taking this off will change anything. Something must have got knocked loose when I was moving all that around. Oh man, I hope it's a really quick find here. Whoa. Wow, that's not supposed to happen like that, but it does me like this a lot, actually. Yeah, I know, Mike. I know. The 14, that's exactly what I just got done saying, that we were going to do it in series, even though it's actually, when you do it in series, it's 14 times 6. But still, when you do the math and you break it down, and I'm not making one big coil out of 6 pieces, I'm making 6 different coils, even if it is in series. So, I mean, it still makes sense in my head anyway. Because I have a feeling we're going to need more voltage. That's why we're setting it up that way. I don't know why. And I don't know why I feel like there's going to be a difference somehow. But I do. I feel like one of them is going to be easier to use. But, I mean, we'll see. I haven't made any of those coils yet. And all I know is I am going to sync the ohms. So if we end up having to do it parallel, that's an option. I was thinking about that, because if the ohms are going to sync up from coil to coil, then it would have to be parallel. Actually, no. It's either going to be the current or the voltage that's going to be out of whack there, not the ohms. Anyway, it's a little hard to keep track of unless I write it down, so I've been writing more stuff down. God, why are these ends so tiny? It's not really a big deal, but wow. Did I blow the light? There's no way I could have blown the light. Does it really need that cord that bad? It didn't need it before. I have a feeling I've disconnected something. Hmm. Oh yeah, it's not even a thing. Really. Keep those separate. So, thinking about taking a more direct approach to hooking this up, like maybe using a battery instead of all this hocus pocus. You know, it'll be a straight 12 volt. You can use this switch right here. Mm, wow. No wonder. All right, brother man is in the house. All right. What's up, bro?
What's going on?
What's up, my man? What's up, Caleb?
What's up, everybody? We got some live action.
Let's make sure this is off. Put it in the off position. Oh man, everything was going smoothly until I got overzealous and tried to put another one on there, and then it all just stopped working. Oh, oh man, can we do it? We got this. This is why we have on-off switches. All right. So let me get resituated. About ready to give this thing another whirl. Let's use the red one. 12 volts of a whirl, man. This should be awesome. Considering it's not going to move at all. Yeah, something's not right. I'll have to do this again from scratch. What the hell happened? Mm. Oh, no, uh, I raised the voltage from, I think, like 8 to 12. All right. I think this wire is like being connected with that somehow. And that's probably not good. And I don't know. There's too much going on right here for me to really sort out what happened. This is what I do when I'm faced with something that I don't want to do. Start doing it. Because eventually it's going to get done. Just keep doing it. So I just, there's a loose connection somewhere. We are going to find it. Keep that up here because I know it's good. BBD. So, I mean, a lot of people could probably think of nothing worse than this. Oh, man. So, and a lot of people might be thinking, why is he doing this? Why is he doing this? Because I don't know where the problem is. And it's a mess anyway. All right. Besides, inspiring people to do work they don't want to do might be a good thing to do right now. That might be a goal of mine. All right. All right. So close. Now, see this yellow one that was connected. That's probably what the problem was the whole time. Because it's way over there. Probably. Yeah. All right. At least we found what was going on. I don't understand how that happened, though. All right. You know what? I don't have to understand it all. It's okay. We'll just say the boogeyman did it, because the boogeyman does a lot of stuff around here. My cat and the boogeyman are good friends. Peter! Dude! Where you been, man? Been looking for the latest. I haven't seen anything. Got a new pancake coil. Wow, this wire is cut up. All right, let's remove this. Yeah, there it goes. Thunder. Oh, man. Me too, bro. Me too, man. I'm glad you're up and moving, man. I'm sorry to hear that. So this beast right here is going to be what generates our first wave. Hopefully this is the right coil. This is 1,500 turns of 20 gauge single file. It's going to be run by a signal generator, or, I'm not quite sure how the timing's going to work on this, but I'm hoping for the best. But I got to get making those 32 gauge collector coils. And if we run them in parallel, but see, I want there to be one very simple connection. So I think as long as the first go, as long as the ohms are synced up, that's about as synced up as we need to be. I think what you're saying, though, is that once I connect them in series, that those ohms are going to connect as well, right? That's right. So I don't know. I think maybe it's so hard to figure out exactly what to do then. I can make these coils smaller and make it 14 ohms altogether. Where did I put? It's got to be under here. Oh. And now I can't find the core that I was just messing with. It's got to be around here somewhere. Man, anyway, as soon as I find it, I got to cut it in half so that it'll fit in here. All right. So Yeah. So how's it going, homie?
Good.
Good. We good with the audio? I saw my light blinking. It might be dying. I'll have to take the setup off. I'll have to carry the camera around if it's dying. That's all right though. So this one is for the out. Or I mean the ground. Didn't mean the out. The black wire. That, you know, that battery might not be right. So we'll figure that out in a real hurry here. Okay, so we're grounded. We just need to hook up the signal generator. Okay, now we just need to get pickup coil of some kind. And I have an idea. Just use this one. We should get something off of this. Here, let me test the ohms of this real quick. The 32 gauge part. Uh, 43 in this coil. Wow. So, you know, 32 might be, to do that, might be a little big or, you know, like a little high. So I got some 24 that I'm willing to give a shot. And then I think we're going to have to run that one in series. If we run with 24, I just have a feeling. All right. So, wow. That's almost 50 ohms in this coil. And it's bifilar. It's just a 32 gauge part. But, you know, I'm good. All right. We're almost done, or are we done? We just need to get to pickup. Yeah, I guess we could use this. We're just going to pick up some whatchamacallit. That's what we're going to call it for now. Whatchamacallit. All right. I'm just trying to keep the clutter down, or I would hook up the bridge rectifier. Man, I've had to move around in my house several times. It's been enlightening. All right, here we go. Let's turn this bad boy on. Power on. Do you see that thing moving? That's how big this field is right now. Yeah, we're picking up about 56 AC volts, 57 with this coil right now. Wow. That is impressive. That is sweet. All right. Now let's get the LED back in here. All right. So this is going to go here. And this is going to go here. Yay. All right. Now we're going to pick up. You definitely don't want to see what's going on right here. Huh. It makes some people cringe. You can guess what it is. It's got something to do with wires. But we're going to do this one at a time. All right, so this goes here. We'll put it all the way down. Connect to the black one, and then the yellow one here. We'll go to the red and the positive connection for DC. There we go. All right. Now we want the light. Where'd I put it? Right here. Now, this time, hopefully the light will turn on right away. And we will increase the voltage more substantially. Oh, we can't really now. We got a 12-volt battery running the show here. So my bad. But I could easily switch it out for the power supply cables if need be. All right, so red goes to the positive clip, white to the negative. All right, and oh, that's not good. That's not good either. Huh. Might be the bridge rectifier. Let me try this. Ding. All right. Man, I did all that with the power on. Could it be the light? I don't even know what's going on right now. All I know is that through I don't even know what's going on anymore. That is a disappointment. Mm. Mm. Let's see how deep the self-sabotage goes. We're going to test the voltage on this battery. See if I'm treating myself well or not. Yeah, it's good. Man, it's 12 volts straight up. I don't know. Uh, uh, yeah, I think I'm going to have to take some time here and like get this stuff together. All I wanted to do was show you that I'm starting to move forward with my design. And it's going to be 20 gauge for the drive coil and maybe in between 32 and 24 gauge for the pickup coils. And that should be good. I just need to like straighten all this up again, get it on the power supplies, like, because there's half of it's on the other side and of the table, and I just want to get it all like working on the same thing right now. I'm sure. I was no doubt. I have some capacitors that I was planning on using for this. They're little 0.15 UF capacitors. I believe they're 275 volts. So that could definitely work for this. But that was awesome. I mean, we were getting like literally 55, 56 AC volts off of this coil. Mm. But I like the light. And since the light wasn't working, I had to take it all apart and do it again because the light needs to work. That's like something that needs to be part of this. There's a light at every section. And even if it's not working out right now, that's fine with me. I'm sorry about not being able to show you the gusto here, but I think if you were from the beginning, you saw quite a bit of action. So I apologize for not being able to get my light to light, but this little coil right here is like 55 AC volts. But it seemed like there's something wrong with the bridge rectifier because when I hooked it up, it was like minus DC volts. So something's not right. Something is not right. What's up, Brun? Browd? What do you want me to call you? You're the younger son that doesn't know how to wipe his ass, right? Right? He's the one guy that goes around raping all the women and then he can't even get it up when he's doing it. It's like, wow, something's wrong with this guy. His name is Browd, I think. Clan of the Cave Bear. Browd, Ugh, ugh, Huh. Frogman. Yeah, the asshole mocking me. That jerk off. I'm in a lot of pain right now, douchehead, so don't worry about it, man. It's cool. He's gone already. It's all right. Oh man, it jitters my, like, I get like the shakes when it thinks like this guy, if somebody mocked his pain, you know, it just makes me feel tingly. But yeah, that's wrong. It's just as wrong. So maybe I feel bad about that. But I was just about to wrap it up with like a good feeling and everything. But you know, you can just count on it. Unbelievable. Thank you all. I really appreciate it. If I've been ranting, I apologize. Um, yeah, it's not fair to you. So, you know, I really apologize. Hopefully, I can get my act together. Heck yeah, dude. I don't even know. I don't even know like how to like not do it. It's like, but you know, I'm not beating myself up too much. It has been a while, Peter. Good to see you, man. Glad you're okay. And this is pretty good. You know, people showed up. So, man, I don't know. Maybe I should keep going. What do you think? All right. So, the idea kind of here is to get triangular shaped bobbins so we can make a hexagonal shape with 6 separate coils to go on the end of this coil. So it'll be a small apparatus about yay big, made out of 6 different sections, made out of iron infused PLA. And there's a debate on whether it should be linked in series or whether it should be in parallel to keep the ohms, because this coil is 14 ohms of 20 gauge. So we're making all these coils 14 ohms of 32 or 24 gauge. You know, and we're syncing the ohms in the system to see what the outcome will be. Oh, that sounds good, Peter. Check that out. So this is the prototype for the coil bobbin over there. It's 2.5 inches. It's got a 1/2 inch center hole, perfect for the core. And this is 100% infill for the ends, and the area around the hole is like that much, and that's solid PLA iron infused. So it's got really good peace, Mike. You're the man. And he really suggested that if we go for the 14 ohm deal, that we run everything in parallel. And I think he's right, but I don't know if running these coils in parallel is going to have enough power altogether. It might, it should. I mean, we're definitely going to be making more volts than amps, and we might have to convert some stuff along the way. Keeps me going, man. This is what keeps me going right here. The fact that I am a dad. And that's beautiful. My daughter made this for me. Santa's workshop. Or she bought it. I'm not quite sure which. You're a guy, Peter. You can still do that. I mean, physically, you can still do that, but I don't know. See, yeah, it's something that I wanted really bad, and I went for it. Had a trick, you know, had to trick a few people, but we got them. We got them, and they're precious, man. They're two of the best. I'll put them up against anybody in a fair competition. Remarried or no, married? Yeah, I don't know about that, man. Maybe. I mean, if it's a necessity for you to have kids, then yeah, probably you should do that. But if it's not, if you can find somebody that's willing to do that with you without being married to you, that's how I did it. But you know, it doesn't ever have to stay that way. I never believed in the sanctity of marriage or anything really that God provides. And I've lost all the gifts that I've had. Probably because I keep on telling them to peace out, man. You should stop doing that, you know. It's not because I believe. I don't even believe in the word believe. I think using that word is virtually a cop out. I believe I can do it doesn't make you able to do it. It's your skills, you know, that make you able to do something. Now, as for the ability to learn, I'd say that's a God-given gift. The ability to assimilate data is a gift. Anybody can read, but not everybody can comprehend. And not everybody can read. That's not what I meant. What I mean is, not everybody that reads gets what they're reading. You know? I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to say that there are. I was watching a YouTube presentation the other day about spiritual matters. And somebody put forth the proposition that there are beings out there that do not have a soul. It enraged me for some reason. I was like, man, I mean, where do you get off even having an opinion on the subject? And that's how I felt about it. I mean, like, where's this coming from, man? Have you met? And I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm totally not saying he's wrong. It just infuriated me. It's like, but there are definitely some some darker characters on the earth here. I haven't bumped into any myself necessarily. Probably bumped into one on the street, didn't know it. Yeah, there's this show on Netflix, and it's like, next incarnation, I'm gonna be the moon. You know, it's like everything's got a soul, basically, from the trees, birds, bees. You know, I'm coming back as a dog. I'm coming back as a cat, whatever. You know, I am all these things at once. I see. All right. Well, I am going to call it for right now, man. So if you hook up your stream, I might check it out later on. Thank you all for coming out. I really appreciate it. So peace out. Please like, subscribe. Have a wonderful night. Thank you.